Hey guys, Tanjum here, and I thought I'd do this video because it's gone crazy with this Mass Effect 3 stuff. So yeah, let me start at the beginning with the very basics. This is Mass Effect 3, and the controversy with this, and let's start with the whole Mass Effect as a franchise. From the very beginning, it's been widely acclaimed as one of the best RPGs ever. Its characters are engaging. The plot of the story is very cool. The full space exploration thing is very awesome. It's kind of a feeling like a Star Wars feeling or Star Trek feeling. Um, it's just awesome. It now the whole concept of your decisions carrying on over to another game isn't new, but as far as mainstream games go, it's got caught the attention of a lot of people. Um, so yeah, it's a very good game, very awesome game, and you should really pick it up. Now the controversy isn't there with the game itself, with all that stuff. As far as you can talk to anybody, and you know the first the pretty much through all the game except for the last 10 minutes of the game, nobody really has complained about it at all. They really loved the game. As far as the initial part of the game, apparently, I haven't beaten the game myself. I'm very close, but I haven't beaten the game myself. But apparently there is a very vocal group out there that have been complaining about the last 10 minutes of the game, which they feel is a slap in the face to fans, to people who feel that they spent a lot of time and money uh, playing these games. They feel it's very undeserving. Now we'll get to all that a little later on, but since these people have been very vocal about it. Now this morning, we had a recent blog post from Ray Mazuka, and his response to these fans, saying that we're listening, we'll take your thoughts into consideration, and something will be done about your responses and stuff like that. Well, that was this morning when I read it this morning. So I've recently gotten home from work and jumped on the computer and see if, about reading that a little bit more. Well, I jumped into IGN, and they said that BioWare has just announced that they will offer an alternate ending as DLC. Now, there's been no word yet as far as there's a lot of speculation as goes as to if it'll cost anything, if it's free DLC, how big the file will be, how big of an alternate ending will it be, how many choices will it get. We won't know yet until Friday when BioWare makes an announcement as far as pricing and other details goes. So, so this raises a lot of concerns from the gaming industry. Now, excuse me. Now they've been saying, now some people have said, as far as because I watched the interview with these two people from IGN saying. Even a guy who disagreed with the ending, saying this is this is the worst thing BioWare can do because it takes away creative freedom from or artistic license from the creators, from people who make the game, and basically ultimately give it to the fans, give all that power to the fans. There's I can see the reason I make this video was because I wanted to show both sides, and I agree with what he says as well. I agree with both sides. I can see what both sides are saying, and I agree with both sides because yes, these game companies ultimately make the game, and they make the decision to make the game, as far as especially with RPGs. What they feel is best for their franchise, they're going to put in the game. um it's their property. They feel they should do how they see fit. And as far as story goes, it's their product, and they should feel, basically think about like an artist painting something on a canvas. You feel it's an expression of who they are, what they're feeling, and how they think in their mind's eye, how they think everything should go. Now, if a passerby were to see something like that and say, "I don't like that. You should change it," that's a slap in the face to the artist trying to express himself. So I can see definitely where that sort of frustration from the gaming community, from the game developers' viewpoint is concerned, because it is a very dangerous territory, and what BioWare is doing, and basically letting the fans dictate where the game should go, and it sort of sets things back, because you don't know if a game developer develops a game, they might be kind of wary and be like, crossing their fingers and saying, "I hope the fans really like this, because we don't want to, anger the fans and have to fix it, be in a rush to fix it." So I can understand that viewpoint. On the other hand, I can understand the frustration from the fans, because yes, you have paid, much valuable money, especially nowadays, to a company that you've invested a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of emotional input in this game, because believe it or not, you do get emotionally attached to these characters, because they are so engaging, and it seems very, very like a good book. You're into these characters and you feel for them. So yes, I can understand that viewpoint, because like I said, you put it. Let's see, games go for $60, $65, and that's 3 games, and if you bought collector's editions, that's even more money, plus DLC that came with this games. Like Lair of the Shadow Broker from number 2, the Prothean, unearthing the Prothean with this game. So that's a lot of money, and that's extra hours input in the game, so that basically you flesh out the story even more. So yeah, it's, as far as the consumer's standpoint, you want a very satisfying ending, because you have put all this time and money and effort into making into this game, and people feel that they deserve a better ending than what they got. And I totally agree with that statement, because you want to get your money's worth. And if you're not satisfied, you have every right, because you have paid for a product. And if you're not satisfied with that product, I think you should get, if not your money back, then you should get some sort of compensation, like an alternate ending, or an ending that you feel that you deserve to have. So yeah, it's not a very black and white. It's shades of gray type of thing. On one side you got some very good points. On the other side you got really good points. And people have been going back and forth on the forums, arguing and this and that about the ending. And both sides are very valid. Both sides are very valid about this. So the question I want to present to you guys is, do you guys believe Mass Effect and BioWare? Do they believe that they were, as far as the ending goes, and if you haven't played any of the games, I suggest you go to YouTube and watch some videos about Mass Effect 3, and then see the ending and jump to your own conclusions there. So do you believe the creators of Mass Effect 3 were had an artistic license, and that they believe that they had every right to make the game the way they should, and make an ending the way it wasn't they intended to? Or do you think, you know what, yeah, they kind of rushed it and they were lazy, and it wasn't satisfying enough for us, and the fans deserve to have a greater ending than that? Um, so yeah, leave your comments, and any video responses would be great. I would love to see your video responses. Um, Personally, like I said, I go on both sides, and like I said, I haven't beat the game yet, but I will very, very soon. Um, it's really, really not. Uh, it's really not a big deal as far as you know. Like as far as the ending goes, you know. But whatever the ending is, it's an ending. It's an ending to a game, just like an ending to a book. It's gonna have controversy, but it's an ending. Is they deserve it. Um, but at the same time, now that BioWare is going through this, it's gonna change a whole lot of things in the gaming industry. It's gonna change a lot of stuff for a fact, because now the people know that their voice is being heard, and that they have the power. If they don't feel satisfied, even if it's a small group of people, if they're vocal enough about it, things will change. Even if the majority agree with the developers and like the game, if a small majority gets very vocal about it, and makes enough noise, you don't know what's going to happen after that. You don't know, what developers are going to want, and it's just going to cause a lot of chaos in the gaming community, and I don't think that's justly deserved. Um, but like I said, if you feel you're not satisfied with the product, you have every right to complain about it, or just go to customer service and say I was not satisfied with this product. Um, yeah, it's a mess. This whole thing is a mess. As far as the gaming community as a whole, there's a whole lot of different issues with other stuff. Capcom with their fighting game stuff, as far as Street Fighter Cross Tekken, those things. Yeah, it's the gaming community right now it's gotten very, very interesting. It's basically on its head right now from all this stuff with Mass Effect 3 and with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. As far as the DLC content goes, that's been very controversial. So yeah, it's a very interesting time for gaming. I feel it's a very excuse the pun, but game changing time for the gaming industry, because we're going to see a lot of changes as far as things go with our beloved video games in the future. So stay tuned, because we will be in for more stuff like this in the near future. I'll guarantee that. So make sure you like this video and comment, please, and subscribe if you're not haven't already. So see you guys later.